The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks-Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
Welcome to the Hawks-Naismith Classic and SUV TV's Game Day Line presented by CBA Sports. Joel Hilsman, Ryan Lesniak with us. This one here is going to be good. 5A Power Buford, 7A Contender Collins Hill. This one is fun, Coach.
Well, not only are they both great teams, but we're going to see a lot of great individual players here that comprise those teams. By my count, I'm seeing already at least 7 or 8 Division I commits. And there's probably 10 to 12 Division I players that'll step on the floor today.
Buford coming in 9-0 under head coach Gene Durden. Collins Hill under head coach Brian Harmon. They're coming in at 9-1. And Buford has not shied away from the competition already this year. They played Duluth. They played Grayson twice. 2 wins over Morgan County and Grayson. And they still have Lovejoy coming up. So today, just run-of-the-mill another day at the office taking on Collins Hill.
Yeah, and like you said, they both played Duluth. They both played Holy Innocents. Those are the only 2 common opponents that they have coming into this one. That was Collins Hill's only loss. I believe Buford was able to get Holy Innocents by about 12, so it'll be interesting to see how this one turns out. I know that doesn't tell the story always, common opponents, but both of these teams love to apply pressure in different ways. And so it'll be interesting to see how each team handles that pressure. You
mentioned the individual play, so we'll go ahead and discuss our players to watch. Presented by Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, Attorney at Law. One call, that's all. We'll start with Buford's Tori Osmond, the Michigan State commit. Coach, there's one thing I know about Tori Osmond. She gets off the bus, and that's where her range starts.
Yeah, and I think she's even got a little chip on her shoulder. You know, I think Coach Durden would have liked to have seen some more SEC schools go after Tori, and Tori has committed to Michigan State, but I think she's going to make her presence known early here. As long as they can break that Collins Hill pressure and get her open and get her available, she's going to hit it from all over the court, like you said.
Then on the other side, it'll be Bria Harmon, the daughter of Brian Harmon, the junior, and she can fill it up as well.
She can fill it up. She's got great ball handling skills, just like her father did back in the day. And then Javin Nicholson too, big post player, great presence, 6'3". Both of those kids are juniors, so they lack some of the experience, but they've been playing a lot of minutes since their freshman year. So I don't think they lack for experience. They're just a little bit younger than Osmond and some of those girls over at Buford.
And Jessica Nelson, number 21, the UMass commit for Buford. She's out for the year with a knee injury, and Jessica, just heal up. She's fun to talk to, but got to give her love. She's a big part of that Buford program.
Yeah, that's anytime you lose a player to a season-ending knee injury, it's just a shame. In that last game, Lambert's best player was out with a season-ending injury as well, and you just hate to see that and what it does to the dynamic of a team. But it doesn't look like Buford's been missed a stride with her out, so we'll just see who they lean on to be those second, third, and fourth scoring threats.
All right, we'll take this quick break and come right back with our predictions. This is the Hawks-Naismith Classic SUV TV Game Day Live presented by CBA Sports.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Welcome back inside the Hawks-Naismith Classic and SUV TV's Game Day Live presented by CBA Sports. Joel Hilsman, Ryan Lesniak, and Coach, we talked about these two teams. What do you think are the keys to the game for both teams?
I think just both of them need to settle in, handle each other's pressure, feel each other out. The first quarter might be ugly. It might be a lot of that feeling out process. And then I think by the time we hit the second quarter, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It is Buford 9-0. It is Collins Hill 9-1. 7A Collins Hill, 5A Buford. Coach, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Gene Durden and Buford. I've been watching Gene coach for a long time, and the adjustments he makes in game and the X's and O's, everything he's got going over there, I'm gonna go with Buford.
This is gonna be tough for me because I want to go with Buford, but something is in the water, so I'm gonna go with Collins Hill in an upset. Something's in the water. I don't know. Maybe it's all this Hawks stuff or the great set. I don't know, but it's hard for me to go against Buford, but I'm gonna take Collins Hill.
Well, you got me in the last game, so I'm looking to redeem myself and go 1-1 today. So we'll see if that works out.
That's right. All right, Collins Hill and Buford. Ned Cash has the play-by-play for you.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My guys will be the best in 4 years.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say.
When you put those two names in front of something, that it's going to be run first class. The level of competition is going to be very good. Crowds are going to be real good over here. So it's just really exciting for us to be in it and be able to play that first night in it right here. And so, and for me, an opportunity to come back and coach in this facility again is really special.
Welcome to Game 2 of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. We're here at Norcross High School, and we are bringing you a power matchup here in Georgia High School girls basketball. It's the Collins Hill Lady Eagles taking on their Gwinnett County rival counterpart, the Buford Lady Wolves. These are two teams coming into this game very strong. We look at Buford first, 9-0. You heard him talking about it in the pregame. Under head coach Gene Durden, last season 22-9, state champions of Class 5A, 60-52 winners over Southwest DeKalb. They'll be led by the all-everything Tori Osment. And for Collins Hill, under head coach Brian Harmon in his third season, he's got 56 wins already in just 3 seasons. They're coming off a nice 25-5 record last year, however, fell just short in a Final Four loss to Norcross 37-30, although this Collins Hill team only lost one senior from last year's team. Now Coach Ryan Lesniak's made his way over to the booth. And Ryan, we heard you before the game. You went with Buford. Well, why do you think Buford has a slight edge today?
I think Coach Durden has just been in this so long, and he's built a program from the ground up. Those kids are over there, they're 5, 6, 7 years old, and they're over there all summer. So it's just neat to see the fundamentals. You'll see a lot of fundamentals, great footwork out of their kids, very disciplined in everything they do defensively. So it'll be interesting to see Coach Durden's bunch against a very, very talented Collins Hill bunch. Please don't get me wrong. Collins Hill is a very talented team. They both are. Coach Durden's just done a great job building it up, so I'm going to give him the slight edge. I may be proven wrong as I was last game in my prediction.
And just talking about Tori Osment, the senior guards committed to Michigan State. Last year, the 5A Player of the Year averaged 14.3 points per game, 4 assists, and 3.5 steals per game. So she really does do everything for this team. And we see him introducing the starting lineup for Collins Hill. They're headed all over the place. Purdue for Harmon, Nicholson to UGA, Rice to NC State, Stallworth to Mercer. I mean, these aren't just really good Georgia high school players. These are good players you're going to see at the Division I level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm counting at least 10 to 12 college level kids on between these two teams. Catherine Forey for Collins Hill, who used to be a Mountain View, can just absolutely light it up as a catch and shoot type player. She's got range about 3 or 4 feet outside the arc, and so that's going to spread things out and allow Collins Hill to get it into Javin Nicholson because they're going to have to defend Catherine Forey out on the perimeter. So that'll be interesting as well.
And we're getting lineups. We'll take a quick break here and be back for tip-off at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic here on SUV TV. StatRow showcases youth sports highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with StatRow. And we're back here on SUV TV for the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. Alongside Ryan Lesniak, I'm Ned Cation. We're set for tip-off between the defending 5A state champion Buford and 7A power Collins Hill. And Collins Hill will get the opening tip as Nicholson tapped it back to.
You see that 1-2-2 little half-court trap already. Collins Hill did a good job, and we're able to break it and get it inside.
Nicholson with the tough finish inside for her first 2 points. And on the other end, Buford settling into their offense. Drive and kick out 3 ball for the Wolves. No good. Rebound pulled down. Nice job with that rebound was Reed, kicking it out. 3 to start the game. Looked like that was 11, Kaya Stiles.
There's the 1-2-2 again. Buford does a great job getting to the middle. Bria Harmon with a great pass over the top.
And nice finish on the inside by Gator Rice. Corner 3 again for Buford. That one goes. That was number 23, Audrey Weiner.
Weiner's going to Air Force next year. I've seen her light it up several times where she hits 4 or 5 threes in the first quarter, so it'll be interesting if Collins Hill doesn't rotate next time. She'll hit it again.
Nice finish inside. That was Rice again. Weiner coming off a 14-point performance, had 18 in the game before that, so she's been hot so far. Not afraid to take that shot, 2 early threes.
You can tell Collins Hill is prepared for that 1-2-2. They've broken it all every time so far.
And rebound to Nicholson briefly, but it'll stay with Buford. Inbounds comes with Osmit, and she tries to get it to Weiner, who corrals it.
Collins Hill playing baseline man-to-man on the baseline out of bounds there. Not a lot of teams play man-to-man out of the baseline out of bounds. That was an interesting look there.
Osmit handles up top. Now hands it off to Grant. Back with Osmit. Osmit driving to her left, and nice finish by Tori Osmit.
We talked about it last game. The girls finishing around the rim. Gene Durden's kids always finish better around the rim than most everybody else's.
Tough no call there on what looked to be a travel, and the ball turns itself back over to Buford. Kaya Stiles handles. Now it's up with Osmit. Osmit finds Reed as her outlet. Reed kick. Osmit's going to have a look for 3 and off the front iron. Good look, though. Harmon has it, drives baseline, finds Rice inside, can't handle clean, but corrals and finishes. And quick timeout called by Buford.
And the clock's still running here.
And
we've seen about 8 seconds run off the clock now, so it'll be interesting to see at what point they catch that.
They just do now, so 5:13 the clock reads during this timeout, and we'll take a quick break here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
And welcome back to SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. Turnover there by Buford, gets the ball back to Collins Hill. And Collins Hill will have to work to break this press. And long skip pass across, but Harmon brings it down. Harmon triple team, goes inside to Rice.
Buford does a great job scrambling back on defense there.
And one nice jumper through the contact. Jaron Stallworth gets it to go.
Fouls on number 23 for the Wolves.
Jaron Stallworth's older sister was a player as well. She's up at Princeton now.
Stallworth can't get that layup to go. Nicholson, though, with the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds to Buford. Stallworth, 22 points over this year and a big win over Duluth.
We'll see a little press out of Collins Hill there.
And Weiner gets it now. They settle into their offense, the Lady Wolves. Handoff drive, Johnson. Looks like she turned it over, trying to do a little bit too much with that one.
Yeah, she got in a little too deep and couldn't go up with it and didn't know what to do with it and just threw it away.
So 10-8 lead here for Collins Hill, and they're throwing some long skip passes cross court, and no contact called there. Rice grabs the rebound inside. They're going to get it for a travel. They will. Collins Hill throwing some long skip passes across this this trap press look.
Yeah, that's, I mean, with the job Buford does getting somebody to the middle, that is their best option, is to skip it across. But that ball hangs up in the air so long that Buford's then able to rotate back and get everybody scrambling back in position.
So Osment with the ball. Now Dufourier, Johnson drives. There's the pass she was looking for last time, but nice collapse defense there by Collins Hill. Ball's on the ground. Nice work there. Osment, top of the key, front rim. Rebound to Weiner. She gets it to go and one. So a little bit of a hectic sequence there, but turns out in the Wolves' favor.
Now those offensive rebounds are going to separate these two teams at some point. They're going to be so closely matched. Whichever team can get extra possessions like that one for Buford will probably be the team that ends up on top.
So Weiner, as you mentioned, signed to the Air Force Academy. Can't get her free throw to go, so neither team can convert on their three-point play opportunities. And ball pulled down by Dixon. Now she goes across to Stallworth. Stallworth baseline drive, right hand layup, gets it to go. Nice take, Jerron Stallworth.
Stallworth for two.
Preston Reed to Osment. Now Weiner, drive in, right hand floater, gets it to go. Impressive start here for Weiner.
I watched Weiner play a couple games last year and did not see that dribble penetration out of her. More of a spot-up shooter. Love to see that part of her game today.
Nicholson gets to the free throw line, draws contact. Looks like that foul's going to go on Mary Walters.
Fouls on number 4, Mary Walters. That'll send Nicholson to the line to shoot two.
Notice Collins Hill was able to get the ball to the middle that time, not having to make that long pass. A little short pass allowed them to get to the bucket a little easier.
So the Georgia commit, Javin Nicholson, gets her first free throw to go.
you see Catherine Forey enter the game. Like I said earlier, three-point specialist. Those long passes, she can catch and shoot off of those.
And that one rims out. Nice touch, but just couldn't quite get a friendly roll from the rim. Ball's with Tate Walters now. She drives, spins to her right, kicks to the corner. Drive by Casey Jones. Walters, nice hesitation move, look inside to her sister. And nice ball movement here by Buford. They got to get a shot up high, arc shot, draws the foul. And Buford moving the ball well, but the size of Collins Hill affecting him inside, it looks like.
Yeah, that was earlier in the possession there. You saw the dribble handoff where Bria Harmon got kind of caught up in what effectively was a screen. Even though it was a dribble handoff, it effectively turned into a screen, and Buford was able to turn the corner and get that ball movement inside.
So first free throw goes for Mary Walters. Second goes as well. Mary, the older of the sisters, a senior. Tate, a junior.
You see now from Buford, it's not full court, it's not three-quarter court. They're looking at a half court, looking like half court man-to-man here.
And you talked about it in the pregame show. These teams are going to have to feel each other out in this first quarter when nobody was really sure what to expect or what the pace would look like.
I thought the scoring might be a little slower. They both scored the ball, but they're definitely feeling each other out.
They go inside to Nicholson. Nicholson doubled, skips it across forehead. Three-point specialist, good look, but can't get it to go. Javin Nicholson with a nice rebound, goes up. Can't get it to go, but a late foul call. She'll head back to the free throw line.
Now you notice Buford there, they were playing straight up man-to-man, but then they were scrambling and trapping. And as they trapped, we had that skip pass, and we had good ball movement from Collins Hill. Javin Nicholson with great footwork as she stepped through that double team.
So she'll head back to the line, gets this one to go. Now 2 for 3 from the line. Kayla Dixon checks in, and Stallworth will get a quick break. Nicholson second off the front rim. I think that's going to go to Buford. They're going to keep it with Collins Hill. They'll say that one went off the hands of Ebony Grant. Bria Harmon bring the ball in bounds. Nicholson, nice fadeaway, couldn't quite get the touch. Rebound. You're going to get a jump ball, it looks like, and it's going to go to Buford.
If you were watching the last game, remember the last game we were talking about on the spin move by the bigs inside. You saw the defender for Buford there, standing there waiting, hands straight up, kind of deterred the shot a little bit without picking up a cheap foul.
They get the ball into Osmond. They trap her quickly, but she sees it coming and moves it over to Reed. Preston Reed driving to the right hand. Nice finish.
I love the confidence Preston had right there, just taking the ball and attacking Catherine Forey.
Nice body control going through the lane. Nicholson with the ball, top of the key, over to Harmon. Harmon, free throw line, jumper, good. Osmond back to Reed. See if Reed drives again, a little hesitation move, but now she's gonna pull out and run a little offense.
There's that dribble handoff again.
Osmond gets to the middle, kicks it out. Over to Stiles, and Nicholson comes up with that defensive look. Foray running in transition. Harmon smartly not throwing that pass. And Nicholson got a little happy there. Picked up that left foot before the drive started.
Nicholson showed some great footwork earlier when she was inside the paint. When they get outside the three-point line, sometimes the bigs get a little happy.
Nicholson 6'3" in the middle. Rice 6'4", both for Collins Hill. Tori Osmond, the tallest player for this Buford team at 6 foot, but she's playing the guard position. Under 30 to go here in our first quarter. We're all tied up at 16. Neither team's been able to break away really much of a lead at all. Ball with Walters, now to Osment. 12 on the clock. Looks like Buford's got to move into their set. It's a nice backdoor cut and met at the rim by Rice, knocking that one away.
Still got 6.5 seconds left. Run an inbound play, get a good shot before the end of the quarter.
Ball's going to come in from Osment. We'll see if they look to go back to the shooter. And now Osment has it, 5 on the clock. She looks up, gets the middle, left hand. Can't get it to go, but a nice look there. And that will close out our first quarter with the score tied at 16 between Collins Hill and Buford. We'll be back on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic right after this.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks-Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
And we're back here at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. And first possession for Collins Hill and a missed shot and foul, so the ball will go to Buford.
You noticed Coach Durden came out in a 2-3 zone there, kind of mixed it up a little bit after they finished the quarter playing man-to-man.
So ball with the younger Walters, now hands off to Osment. Osment to the right hand, nice finish off the glass. Seen her finish with her right and left hand at the rim so far.
Moves like that show you why she's going to Michigan State. That's a tough move. Hanging a little bit, absorbing the contact and getting through it.
Inside to Rice, she gets 2 more. Tie this one back up. Osment choosing Michigan State over Louisville, Utah, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Florida, Auburn, Princeton, just to name a few of the schools chasing after the senior. Ball's with Johnson, top of the key, picked up her dribble, knocked loose, and we're gonna have another jump ball. It's gonna stay here with Buford. So now Stallworth comes in for a foray.
Looks like they're giving Osment a break. We'll see what happens to the score differential through this stretch here.
Drive into the corner, Walters, mid-range, can't get it to go. Nice rebound pulled there by Kayla Dixon. Harmon handles up top for Collins Hill. Looking to get the ball to Rice in the post. And they're going to get a foul called on Buford. Trying to guard Rice as she posted up there.
You notice Buford came back and they were man-to-man on that possession. So Coach Durden's doing a great job of mixing it up from possession to possession, which when you're undersized, that's what you need to do.
Coach Durden, the coach of the year last year after leading his girls to a state championship win. 29-2 last year, undefeated in region play. Deep 3 by Harmon, no good. Rebound pulled in by Buford. Walters driving, spin move. Rebound pulled down by Collins Hill.
Forced the shot a little bit there, but you can just tell by that right there how great they are fundamentally. The footwork there was unbelievable.
So Collins Hill calls a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep you guys here and let you know that if you're looking to get a new basketball, tennis, or multi-purpose court, CBA Sports can help as your sports construction specialist for both commercial and residential projects. Visit cbasports.com and contact us to discuss your next indoor or outdoor project. So we're still tied up here in Norcross. It was 16-16 after one quarter. Each team's picked up a bucket here in the second. And Collins Hill looking to take the lead here. Ball up top with Harmon. She's checked there by Reed. Comes off the pick. Dixon with it. Now they go inside to Rice. That's Stallworth off the glass and in.
And we talked earlier about not lobbing from the corner, but when you're 6'3" and you're receiving that pass and you got a 5'6" kid coming in on the help side, you're usually okay.
Buford handoff to Reed. Now Walters back to Reed. Reed drives, nice bounce pass. Good ball movement by both teams right now. 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Dixon. Dixon's third rebound by my count. Ball's over here with Relaford, but she moved those feet before she got her drive started. And Osmond's going to come back in. Just a quick break for the senior.
Yeah, Collins Hill only scored 2 points while she was out. Buford wasn't able to notch any points during that little stretch there, but a good little rest there for Osmond. Hopefully that gets Buford going again.
So under 5 to go here before the half. Tate Walters handles now, and they're going to get a 3-second call on Buford. I think they were trying to set some off-ball screen action, and she got caught up a little bit too long in the paint.
Talked during the pregame show about them settling in. I thought it was going to take them longer to settle in and score more points, but they scored more points. Now they're both settling in defensively.
Foray for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Rice. And Foray gets another look. She's going to cash that in.
She has never been shy, sir.
And we're going to have a hand check called.
Eagle fouls on number 21, Kayla Dixon.
Kayla Dixon called for the foul on that. Both teams with 4 team fouls now. Look inside, block there by Stallworth. But Reed comes down with it. Osmond, ball fake into the lane. Scoop! Can't get it to go. Pulled down by Collins Hill. Going the other way, it's Dixon with it. Driving to her right, baseline, draws contact. She'll head to the free throw line.
Great stutter step there by Dixon. As a defender, you got to be asking for a carry there, but you're not going to get the call in today's day and age.
And first free throw is up and good for Dixon. First points of the game. Does have a couple rebounds. Second is off. Looked like she just thought the rim had shifted a little bit on that one.
Yeah, you're not going to see many of those out of a player of her caliber, but I guess everybody gets one every once in a while. Looks like my kind of free throw right there.
So here we go. Collins Hill extending this lead out. 6 points, biggest lead of the game. Block again by Rice. Osmond pops right back up and grabs the ball. Mid-range, short, and it's going to go to Collins Hill.
These last couple minutes, you can see the size really affecting Buford on both ends of the floor. Collins Hill is able to feed it inside, lob it over the top of some defenders, and affecting shots on the other end of the floor as well.
Yeah, I believe that's the second possession in a row. Osmond's got her shot blocked at the rim. Dixon with it now, behind the back dribble. Gets it up to the junior Harmon, daughter of head coach Brian Harmon. Foray coming off a couple picks, looking for the 3. Nicely chased down there by the Buford defense. Harmon, top of the key, 3, gets it to go.
I've been watching Bria Harmon play since she was in the 5th grade, and that's an area of her game that has really come along over the last 5 years.
And Buford's going to call a timeout as they've seen the lead grow to 9 for Collins Hill. We'll take a break with them here at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. And we're back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. Bria Harmon gets into the lane for a nice mid-range.
That's twice so far this game. She's gone left into the middle of the lane and pulled up and knocked down a 15-foot jumper.
Tori Osmond only with 4 points here so far for Buford. She's going to need to get a little more involved as the ball finds its way to Reed. Reed, nice look underneath, but I don't think her teammate was ready for it. Deep three, no good. Nice box out and rebound by Harmon. So Audrey Weiner started hot, kind of been quiet since. Nice defense there by Osmond. And Weiner comes up with the ball now. To Reed. Reed trying to draw contact, nothing called. And with 95 seconds to go here, Collins Hill will take their time.
Good quick math out of you there, Ned.
It's that Division II education I got.
One of Lenore Ryan's best. I heard you were the leading scorer for Lenore Ryan lacrosse back in the day.
I was briefly until it was recently broken, but I try not to talk about it too much. So it looks like we got a block call there, and Bria Harmon will head to the line. She'll get 2. Harmon's first rims out. Bria Harmon last year, all-region selection, honorable mention, all-state selection, as only a sophomore. Second, can't go. Osmond looks ahead, but nice job getting back on defense by Collins Hill. Osmond right hand off the glass, impressive take, using her size over Harmon there.
Harmon had a chance to make it a 13-point game, and now we're at 9 after Osmond went down and made a clutch shot.
Harmon drives, right hand floater's going to be short, and Osmond's going to come down with that rebound. She looks ahead. 3. Oh, no good. Good look at transition. Jada Rice soaring for that rebound.
Buford was quicker to get down the floor there. I don't know if Collins Hill's getting a little tired or they were frustrated about the no call, but Buford got out and ran right there. We'll see how that plays out as the game goes on.
Buford so far in this half playing about 3 more players than Collins Hill has played. Collins Hill now under 20 seconds to go here.
Looks like they're wanting to clear it out and let Bria Harmon go to work right here with about 8 seconds on the clock.
Harmon sees the clock, sees 5 on it. She's going to settle for a long 3, and it's going to go out of bounds and probably not the shot they were looking for there.
Now, Coach Harmon, you can tell he's frustrated right now with that possession. That's his daughter, but I know Coach Harmon. He's going to be harder on his daughter than anyone else on the floor. And that's not what he was looking for out of that 1-4 low set. I think he wanted her to attack, and you can see that now by what he's saying to her.
So Collins Hill dominating early, but up 9 at the half here. Buford looking to make a few adjustments and get right back in this one. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll send you guys to the halftime set. Again, Collins Hill leading 29-20 at the half.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My adults will be the best in 4 years.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say.
When you put those two names in front of something, and it's going to be run first class. The level of competition is going to be very good. Crowds are going to be real good over here. So it's just really exciting for us to be in it and be able to play that first night in it right here. And so, and for me, an opportunity to come back and coach in this facility again is really special.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks-Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
Welcome to the Hawks-Naismith Classic and SUV TV's Game Day, live presented by CBA Sports. I'm Joel Hillsman, joined by Ryan Lesniak. Excuse me, I'm just going to mess it up all day. Ryan, well, maybe it was that first half that has got me busted. What a first half there. Collins Hill with a 29-20 lead.
Yeah, that was a great first half. We saw them scoring bunches early. They like I said, they were going to fill each other out, but it was that second quarter that you didn't see a lot of scoring because they had kind of tuned into each other on the defensive side of the ball.
I like the way that Collins Hill, important enough there, they only held Buford to 4 points in the second half, outscored them 13-4, but it was an 11-0 run there in which they got good outside shooting and multiple possessions with the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and if you notice, Buford, Collins Hill's pressure really affected Buford on the offensive end. You could tell there Audrey Weiner was rushing her shot a little bit on a couple of three-point attempts. Around the basket, that height was really giving them problems as Buford was trying to attack the rim. Weren't able to get any calls while they were trying to draw some contact, but were trying to draw contact and get to the free throw line and just couldn't get it. I think Coach Harmon has trained his girls up be pretty fundamentally sound defending the rim, so that was impressive.
Osment, though, leading Buford with 11 points, and she had a nice little layup there off the glass. Do you expect her to be a little bit more aggressive in the second half, especially now with the 9-point deficit at the break?
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what Coach Durden does to draw stuff up for her. If you notice some of those baseline out of bounds possessions that Collins Hill was playing man-to-man, Tori was inbounding the ball and coming and getting the ball back off a little curl screen. So I'm guessing he's going to do more to get her involved, as Collins Hill's pressure has kind of affected Buford from getting any just wide open looks. So it's going to have to be the Tori Osment show, and I know that's not what Coach Durden wants to do, but against this level of defense, Tori Osment's going to have to take over for Buford to get back in it.
On the other side, Jada Rice leading Collins Hill with 8 points. Bria Harmon, of course, that's the name to know. She's played very well, but I was impressed, Coach, with 35, Javen Nicholson, and what she was able to bring early and often, especially catching in the post and her offensive rebounding.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Tori Osment is Buford's tallest kid on the floor, and so when you have 6'2" and 6'3" out there, they should dominate the inside, and they did. That's what gave Collins Hill the advantage in the first half, was the height defensively and offensively.
And speaking of, Jada Rice listed at 6'4", she played very well, came off that bench and played well. And Jaron Stallworth, Buford playing in waves.
Yeah.
Collins Hill, more threats so as far as their depth is concerned? Maybe?
Yeah. Buford does that. Buford, Coach Durden will pull kids for mistakes, and he'll pull them in bunches. And so you saw 3 of them come off the floor at the end, towards the end of that quarter there. Coach Harmon's just going to rely on his 6 or 7 or 8 kids. Collins Hill, you can just look at the rosters and tell that they're not as deep in numbers. However, the threats are just through and through and through for Collins Hill. The one thing I noticed, I don't know if you saw it, but the lob from the corner.
Yes.
Coaches will say never to lob from the corner because you're going to have help side there. But when you're 6'4" catching it and you turn around and there's 5'6" defending you on the help side, it's not much of a threat. So it'll be interesting to see what Buford does to counter that lob from the corner, something that most teams don't do often, but with the height advantage, Collins Hill's able to get away with it in this matchup.
So in the second half, what adjustments would you take away? First, let's start with Buford. They're trailing 29-20.
I think Buford's got to do, they went to man-to-man there, and you saw the first few possessions they were in man-to-man. They tried to trap a little bit. Their half-court and three-quarter court presses weren't affecting Collins Hill much early. I'm looking for Coach Durden to do something that involves some more traps and some more pressure, because as they settled in, Collins Hill settled in against Buford's man-to-man. Collins Hill was able to score in bunches there.
And Collins Hill on the other side, up 9, and that 11-0 run there kind of helped push them out there. What did they do in the second half to maintain this?
I think they just, sometimes you just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That is true.
So Collins Hill's got to keep applying pressure on the defensive end, and they got to take some good shots. I think they forced a few shots there from 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc. There at times, which I think Coach Harmon would want better possessions. And that last possession, you saw him getting onto his daughter pretty good after that last shot. That's not the shot he was looking for at the end of a quarter.
There you go. The second half is coming up. Collins Hill at 9-1, Buford at 9-0. It's 29-20. Collins Hill with the lead for Coach Lesniak. I'm Joel Hillsman. You're watching the Hawks-Naismith Classic SUV TV Game Day Live, presented by CBA Sportsnet. Cash has the second half with you on the other side of this break.
And we're back here at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic, and as the clock winds down, 10 seconds left at halftime, Collins Hill just now making their way onto the court. So a long halftime break for Coach Harmon. They used the full 10 minutes as they come out here. Some players walk right on the floor, some walk to the bench, and we'll get this second half underway. I'm Ned Cage alongside Ryan Lesniak. Thanks for tuning in to SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. Collins Hill starts the ball, and they're going to see a little full-court, half-court pressure here. And they're going to break it, driving in, right-hand layup to start. Nicely done. That was Stallworth.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. Buford was going to have to do something to try to create some pressure. And they tried, but Collins did a great job breaking it for an easy layup.
Weiner in the inside, left hand, going to have the chance to get the three-point play. And Audrey Weiner starting the second half like the first with an early bucket.
Like I told you earlier, that's a development of her game that I didn't know, a portion of her game I didn't know existed. To see her attack the rim and finish is great right there.
And Weiner gets that one to go, so she now has 10 points to lead Buford. Tori Osment right behind her with 6 points for Collins Hill. Jada Rice, 8 points, 3 rebounds. And Bria Harmon had 7 points to go along with 2 dimes in that first half. Chance for 3, Harmon wide open, can't get it to go. Rebound to to Collins Hill, that's Dixon.
Looks like Buford's more apt to let Harmon shoot the ball. They were hugged up against Forey, not letting her get the open shot.
And here is Harmon on the wing beyond the arc, and a 3-second call going against Collins Hill.
Collins Hill there is trying to use Forey to set a cross screen for a post, and then the other post is setting a down screen to try to get a high three-pointer for Forey.
Just too much traffic in the lane, got caught in there too long. Turnover by Buford, trying to get the ball inside to Grant.
Let's see if they try to go back to that same set for a third time in a row, getting Forey. Cross screen for the post, down screen for Forey for an open 3.
And Harmon handles on the wing. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Forey pops out. Now inside position for Stallworth. They can't get it to her. Forey puts the ball on the ground. No good. Rebound to Stallworth. She puts it back up and in with the right hand. Stallworth now with 10 points.
Seems like the focus so far for Harmon is to get Forey open. And when they have the size advantage, it looks like they're trying to get Forey open for three-pointers.
And Collins Hill's taking advantage of their size with a couple second chance points off offensive rebounds in this game.
There's the same look out of Buford, cross screen, down screen.
And there it is, and just looking up before she handled the ball was Preston Reed, but she was going to have a nice look for 3.
Usually when you're running the same set as the other team, you can typically defend it well because you practice it. And so both teams are running sets that each other have. It's kind of comical.
Definitely seen a lot of off-ball pick action in this game compared to the last one. And there it is. This time they're going to get Stallworth coming for it. Nicely defended by Osment. Stallworth, long 2, but gets it to go.
You notice they gave Forey about 4 or 5 possessions. They tried to force some action to her, and now she's on the bench now. I'm sure they'll come back to her in a little while.
So the lead extended out to 12 now for Collins Hill, largest of the game. Weiner, top of the key off that screen look, and couldn't quite get it to go.
That time Weiner set a diagonal screen, and then they had a down screen for her. Some interesting different looks trying to get shooters open.
But nice chase there by Collins Hill as Weiner kind of had to rush that shot. Stallworth, the hot hand, can't get that one to go. Rebound pulled down by Buford. Here's Osment with it. She's got Rice guarding her up top. Tori Osment, the key to this Buford team, defending 5A Player of the Year. Here she goes. She's going to come off a pick.
Watch Weiner coming back up to the top there.
Now it's over with Walters. And 3 seconds called on Buford. So we've seen a couple 3 seconds called in this game. Talk about a lot of those picks coming right in that paint elbow area. Inside to Rice. She's going to get tied up, and it's going to go to Buford. So nice job trapping there. Looked like it was both Walters sisters.
Yeah, bringing them in waves against the taller girl is a way to get the ball out of her hand.
And Walters has it now, right hand, gets it to go.
Unbelievable footwork. Unbelievable footwork. That's great fundamentals right there.
That was the sophomore, Tate Walters. Older sister, Mary's a senior. Drive by Harmon through contact. Looks like they're going to get Grant on the reach there.
You notice Harmon catches the ball on that right side of the floor and dribbles middle with her left very often, and it's a strength of hers. And as a right-handed player, to be able to go left that effectively is impressive.
But she can't get that one to go, and that's Harmon's third missed free throw of this game.
Yeah, you can tell from here she's a little frustrated right now with herself.
And the second one, can't get it to go. Nice rebound inside by Rice and finish. Jada Rice showing some strength there. Walters with it in the paint. Now gets it out to Stiles. Stiles had an early bucket, but been quiet since. Preston Reed in the middle, right hand. Nice job splitting the double team there.
Quick shot on that possession for Collins Hill.
And
I don't think that's what Coach Harmon wanted out of that possession.
Officials are going to talk about it, and they're going to change the call, give it to Buford.
It's like instant replay in the NFL. As long as they get it right, who really cares? Yes, I just paid the officials a compliment there. I hope Kevin Self from NCBOA will note that.
Take note of that. That's Future Rich Athletic Director Ryan Lesniak. Walters can't get that one to go, but rebound pulled down by her sister. Probably looked like the driveway right there. One sister rebounding for the other. And Walters can't get that one to go. Nicholson pulls down this rebound.
Bria Harmon leaking out a little bit.
And push underneath. Looks like it's going to stay here with Collins Hill.
See what Buford or Collins Hill does on the baseline here. My guess is they're going to try to get the ball back to Bria Harmon, either in the corner or in the opposite corner. Ball side corner. We used to call that America's play. Everybody runs it.
Harmon for three, front rim again. Harmon's had a couple that have been online, but just a little bit short. Nicholson inside, handles, bumped, stolen by Osmond. And now Osmond looking to get her first bucket of the half, but she'll head to the free throw line instead.
I don't know if you noticed there, as Javin Nicholson was falling out of bounds, Osmond knew, this is basketball IQ right here, she knew the only place to go was her man, and she leaked back to her guy and was able to pick that pass off and turn it into a transition opportunity.
And you could see why Michigan State's lucky to have her signed and headed to campus next fall. But she'll be looking to repeat as a state champion before she leaves the hallways of Buford, and she gets both free throws to fall.
Back down to 8 now, which is what the halftime lead was, so all square here.
And Buford played 9 players in that first half. Collins Hill only 7, and really only about 6. A lot of minutes. Harmon with a nice take, but can't get it to finish. And again, you see a little bit of frustration on the junior. Look to the corner, Weiner, that's her shot, but can't get it to go. Tipped away by Osmond, but it's going to be Eagles ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Harmon was frustrated with herself missing it or if she was looking for a foul call. Either way, she's not in a good spot right now, but I know how good of an athlete she is. She's going to bounce back here, moving forward in the third quarter.
And despite her shot not falling, she's taking care of the ball and not forcing any shots. It's just can't quite get him to fall for it right now. Nicholson with it now at the elbow, pulls up just outside the free throw line. Strong, Rice, rebound, and drew a foul. Again, those offensive rebounds and the size of Collins Hill going to make it tough for Buford to get back in this game.
Jada Rice is being so successful because she's not backing away from the basket. Every time she gets a rebound, she's attacking. You saw Nicholson there take it from about 4 feet inside and turn it into a 15-foot jumper.
Yep. They get the ball into Relaford. Now it's back to Nicholson. Harmon in the corner looking to get it inside. She's going to settle for three and finally gets it to go. Bria Harmon, her second three of the game. Nice look ahead, but can't get it to go. Nicholson pulls down the rebound. It's her fourth. Inside to Rice, good position, turns over her left shoulder and gets it to go. Give the assist to Nicholson. Nice entry feed there.
That's a huge swing right there.
And on the other end, Rice blocks it. And it went off Osmond as she was out of bounds, so it's going to go to Collins Hill.
So you got a 5-0 run there with a three-pointer, a missed transition opportunity for Buford. Collins Hill comes back and scores and gets another block. So, I mean, this could be the turning point of the game right here. Take an 8-point game, and now it's up to 13 with Collins Hill having the ball.
And they're going to give Tori Osmond a little bit of a rest, are the Wolves and head coach Gene Durden. So Buford will have to play without their number one option right now. Inside Stallworth. Nicholson corrals a loose ball and puts it in. So Walters now pushing. Weiner tries to get to the middle. Kick out. Preston Reed. Ball's taken away. Relaford has a little bit of a breakaway. Weiner trying to chase her down, but Relaford puts it up and in. And with just with under 10 seconds to go here, Collins Hill closed this quarter in style. Ball pops through. Nice look, but can't get it to go. And a 17-point lead for Collins Hill heading into the fourth quarter. A big run there to break this one open. And we'll take a break here and be back for our final quarter of this matchup here at the Hawks-Naismith inaugural Holiday Classic.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks-Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
And we're back here at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic. I'm Ned Case alongside Coach Ryan Lesniak. And Coach, a 9-0 run there by Collins Hill. What made the close to that quarter work so well for them?
Well, I think the energy, the running the floor, the three-pointer by Harmon was huge because that kind of started that whole spurt at the end there. So we'll see what Buford does to respond here with Tori Osmond back on the floor.
An important first 2 or 3 minutes here for Buford. Need to make a mini run to get back in this thing. Osmond handoff to Reed. Nice play. Osmond's going to have a look for three, but comes up short. Rebound pulled in by Relaford. And that one poked away. Now Buford has a little bit of numbers. They kick it out. Weiner drives in the paint. Left hand, no good. Rebound to Relaford.
Osmond's last few jumpers have been short. And I saw her with her hands on her knees earlier. I'm wondering if she's tired. I don't know if they played I know they played Tuesday night. So just noticing that as the game wears on.
Inside, Javin Nicholson.
You notice she went to the bucket that time. She didn't fade away. She used her size and her height to her advantage.
Osmond's guarded by Stallworth. Nice ball fake. Looks like that one slipped out of her hand, though. She'll get another look at it from the baseline just inside the three-point line and gets it to go.
There we go. Here comes the press again. We'll see if Collins Hill's ready for it.
Relaford trapped now and knocked away by Buford.
They're about to get a three-pointer out of
Weiner for three, wide open but short. And that should go off Collins Hill, and it does, as Osmond tried to poke it away from Rice, and she just lost it on the spin.
Coach Harmon's upset, 17-point lead. You got your four-man and your five-man running a 2-on-1 break, and Granted, it was 2-on-1, but slow it down, bring it out, and run some clock is what he's preaching right now.
So 12 points each for Stallworth and Rice through the first 3 quarters. Corner 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Stallworth. And Harmon gets it across the timeline to 4A, then skip it across to Stallworth. Tried to go inside, and Coach Harmon very frustrated.
That's that lob from the corner we talked about so often today.
Osmond, nice take off the glass. She's got 12 and a timeout called by Collins Hill. Or excuse me, by Buford. It's going to be a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. Buford trying to get back in this one, down 15, just under 6 to go.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, attorneys at law. One call, that's all. Visit attorneyKenNugent.com. And we're back here at the inaugural Hawks-Naismith Holiday Classic, and Collins Hill trying to break the press, and somehow we have just added 2 minutes onto the clock.
I think maybe the clock keeper was trying to get that time back earlier that he lost, but he lost 10 seconds earlier, not 2.5 minutes.
So they'll fix it now and reset it for 5:38, and Collins Hill will inbound this one. So that's one way to break the press, is have a clock malfunction. But now they'll have to face it again. They get it over to Stallworth. Stallworth skipped to 4A. Good job going up and grabbing that ball. Buford trapping all the way out to midcourt. Forcing some long passes. Look inside. Rice. She got pushed. Good ball movement there by Collins Hill.
Yeah, scrambling back the Buford defense. Their momentum got the best of them as they were trying to defend Rice around the basket.
So Rice will head to the free throw line, her first chance to score from here. And that one's a little strong. Second free throw from Rice is strong again. Rebound pulled down by Buford.
That's a bunch of missed free throws today for Collins Hill. I know Coach Harmon's hoping it doesn't affect the outcome.
Floater by Walters gets it to go, her second bucket. The sophomore Tate Walters giving some good minutes here to Buford and Coach Durden.
Buford's cut it down to 13.
Stallworth with it now, very patient for Collins Hill with this lead. And 5 to go. Buford with a chance for a steal. Great hustle play there. That was Kaya Stiles. And now Walters looking for back-to-back buckets, gets it to go.
Down to 11 since they've started this pressure. Trying to trap all over the floor. Collins Hill has given it up a few times.
And 2-on-1. Nice job getting back for Buford.
Coach Harmon's just trying to get his girls settled down here.
And sometimes you worry about if you go into the slowdown game a little bit too early, if it gets you out of your rhythm when you need a bucket. And Harmon comes back for the ball. Look inside to Stallworth. Turnaround over the left shoulder, short. Rebound, nice save there by Nicholson.
I don't think Coach Harmon wanted that shot. It was too tempting for Jada Rice there, being 3 feet from the basket.
Harmon kicks it out to Stallworth. Very patient here. This has been a long, and it looks like Coach Durden wants to foul. And timeout called as there was a trap in the corner. And looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout.
This is a tough part for Coach Harmon. they're so used to blowing people out by 40 and 50 points that they don't get opportunities to work on keeping the ball away from another team, running clock at the end of a game, because they're typically not worried about it. So this is good for his team right now, and he's learning, like I was saying about during the last game, he's going to get some great film on his own team to be able to see how they handle late game situations trying to run clock.
Yeah, Collins Hill 8-1 this year. Their closest win was an 11-point win over GAC. Couple games 90-7, 69-12. They've been dominant, and they turn it over though. And Buford and Tori Osmond are going to have a chance to cut this down to a single-digit lead, and Osmond draws the foul. Claps her hands and frustrated. It feels like she should have made that a three-point opportunity.
Ned, if I was a betting man, I would bet that Catherine Forey is about to get pulled out of the game right now. That's 3 straight possessions that she's really struggled with the trap.
And Osmond gets it to go, and you win your bet as Forey takes a breather, and coming in will be Kayla Dixon.
And that's just a situation where Forey needs to be able to step through that trap, do something a little different than putting the ball above her head. If you put the ball above your head, they can get right under your chin.
So Osmond goes 1 for 2 from the line. Dixon handles, but she's going to get herself in a trap along the sideline, finds Harmon. Look inside, poked away. They're going to get a foul called on Stiles.
Got it back down to 10. That's only Buford's 5th team foul, so they can still continue to be aggressive and not have to worry about putting Collins Hill on the line.
And you talked about free throw shooting really for both teams hasn't been great, so you have to foul to keep yourselves in this game. You might give yourself a chance. Turnover there. Walters, right hand, can't get it to go. Weiner with a nice follow and gets it to go.
We're back down to 8.
And energy and momentum are starting to move towards that Wolves sideline. Weiner giving chase to Harmon. Harmon trapped in the corner, but finds Stallworth. Preston Reed shows pressure. Turnover again. Osmond comes down with this one. Osmond going straight to the bucket, off the glass, too strong. Rebound pulled down. Good chance.
That would have been a huge bucket right there. You can probably make note of that about the 2:40 mark. That missed layup was crucial right there.
And one you expect the senior Osmond to make, and usually does. And we're going to have a foul there on Osmond, and 4 new players coming into the game for Buford.
They really had Collins Hill on the ropes there. And you can see Osmond with her hands on her knees again just now. She is slap worn out, and she's going to get a quick breather. Coach will probably have a short stretch here, and then he'll probably call a timeout and get those kids back in the game.
So here Buford's going to continue to pressure and trap all over the court. Collins Hill doing a nice job keeping this ball moving and keeping it in the air. Dixon gets it up to Harmon as we approach 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter. 8-point lead for Collins Hill. Harmon in the paint, nice find to Rice. Can't get it to go, and Buford pulls down the rebound. Coach Durden looks like he might want to use that timeout, but is going to stay patient, and there is that timeout. It's like you've done this before once or twice.
Once or twice, sir. And you love what Bria Harmon did there, attacking the rim and dishing it off. He's just got to finish that layup and make it a 10-point game.
And we'll have a full timeout called by Buford, and we'll have a minute to remind you at home that Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine offers the specialized care to keep your superstar playing at the highest level. Find a location nearest you at choa.org/sportsmed. All right, Coach, so it's an 8-point game. We're just under 2. Obviously, Buford has the ball. If you score here, what are you thinking about foul? When do you start fouling down by 6 or 8?
Down by 6, you can probably try to get another possession or 2. They've had Collins Hill turning it over. You can tell Coach Harmon's trying to get his kids to work clock, and they've done a pretty good job of that. But when they get those opportunities around the bucket, they have to finish those little chippies around the bucket. So it'll be interesting to see. Under a minute, you definitely got to start fouling, but we'll see how it goes.
And Buford up 11-2 in this quarter. Only 2 points for Collins Hill in this final quarter of play. Osmond with the ball, gets in the lane, left hand just a little bit too strong, and nice rebound pulled down there by Kayla Dixon. And they wanted to travel, but nothing called.
I think, I saw a carry, went above her head, but, I don't know if she kept her hand on top of the ball. It's not a carry, and most people don't know that, so.
Harmon in the lane, and they're going to get a hand check call. And Coach Durden is very upset that hand check got called, and the call on the other side didn't go his way, but Harmon will head to the line. She struggled a little bit tonight, one-on-one opportunity.
I'll be surprised if Coach Durden does not get a technical here. He's giving the ref an earful. If he doesn't get the technical, that is because the referee knew he was wrong.
And foul called underneath on Collins Hill. It's going to go to Buford.
Now, after both missed free throws, I think Durden's going to calm down because he knows he's still in this ball game. So the official that missed the call walked right by his bench and he didn't say a word to him.
Coach Durden certainly earned his respect from the officials. Weiner drive in, right hand scoop, no good. Ball's up in the air, and the height of Collins Hill once again prevails.
You notice how good Buford is about getting into that trap, that press, even out of a missed shot.
Rice, no good, but did get fouled by Grant. And she'll head to the free throw line.
That's actually what you would call a good foul, because she was not going to miss that layup, and now you're making her go earn them, and they haven't been shooting well from the free throw line. Maybe the reverse announcer jinx again. We'll see.
Rice's first free throw is good. We're hot up here. He changes from being on the floor to up above everything, and the announcer curse just totally flips. Second one a little strong. Osmond comes down with that rebound.
We didn't make any comments on the second one.
Osmond's going to have a chance. Long three ball. Hasn't gotten many to go, but gets that one to go. And it's down to a 6-point game, 42.9 on the clock. So here's the situation. How long do you trap? Is it when they get across midcourt?
Yeah, they're gonna try to get a turnover in the backcourt. They may even try to get one more trap just past half court in this dead man's corner on either side, just after half court. You can see Coach Harmon's trying to keep his girls calm, and he's trying to be calm. Another thing I noticed today, Coach Harmon doesn't have any assistants here today. So he's kind of doing this on his own, which he's more than capable of. But in a situation like this, as the game's getting tight, you always like to be able to lean on an assistant, and that might be able to calm one or two kids down off to the side when they come out of the game. Might be able to talk to them. You notice Coach Durden has, it looks like five assistants here today, and they're able to kind of get some more one-on-one attention with the kids on the bench.
Yeah, very, very good point to make. Didn't even realize that, but it's been makes this even more impressive that you're getting it done with one coach out there. So now Collins Hill will inbounds. Harmon gets the ball, and they're going to foul her right away. And might as well extend this game, especially if the way Collins Hill's been struggling a little bit from that charity stripe.
That's why Gene Durden's won a lot more ball games than I have, sir. But he does know. I think Harmon's 0 for 4 from the line, and so he may be making note of that right when and knows she's going to get the inbound pass. So that could have been very clear instructions from the bench.
And that's a perfect example of having an assistant coach and not having an assistant coach, someone over there to be stat and all that stuff, and Coach Harmon's trying to remember it all from memory. But Harmon gets that one to go, so when it gets in tight situation, she hits a big one.
She is a big-time player, and that's why she's going to go play SEC basketball one day.
And she gets both to go there. And now Osmond coming up for. Osmond's got 10 points in this second half, looking to make it 13. She can't. Nicholson comes down with the rebound, and thought it was going to be a jump ball situation. Now they're going to call a foul.
You notice Javin Nicholson brought the ball down around her chin and didn't really get big with her elbows. She just brought it down, and that's why Buford was able to get in. They almost tied it up, and then it looked like she traveled after they almost got it tied up, and then they had to foul her. Coach Durden's upset once again.
And now we'll parade down to the other end of the court for 2 free throws, as Collins Hill is now in the double bonus.
There's no one more passionate about the game than Gene Durden. I'll take that bet any day of the week. And he cares about his kids. He cares about his community. He loves the game in general. So it's neat to sit here and watch him coach.
You can see his passion, the way he just works that sideline up and down. He's not one of those coaches you're going to see sitting down much. Osmond over to Reed inside. Walters gets that one to go. Her first bucket, 4th points of the game. Inbounds to Harmon, and they foul. 8-point game, 17.5. This one might have just run out of time here for the Wolves on this comeback.
Yeah, we'll see. Harmon's got to knock these two down. If she goes 2 for 2 here, it's all done. If she misses them both, then we still got a prayer. I think Buford is out of timeouts, though. So
Harmon's first one goes. Now 3 for 3 here in the last minute of the game. Make it 4 for 4. So Harmon stepping up big when it was needed. You talked about that 3-pointer she hit in that 3rd quarter might have sparked the difference, although not going away yet. Walters hits a 3 there.
Yep.
But you talked about that 3, it made a big run, and although Buford had a valiant effort, they just couldn't quite catch up to that 16-point lead.
Yeah, and Coach Durden knows his team, and like I said, he's won a ton of ball games. When they went back to that pressure in the second half, they really sparked themselves. What I don't know and what you don't know is he knows how much his kids have in them and how long they can play like that. And if he doesn't have the kids to play 32 minutes a night like that, then he's got to pick his spots. And it's kind of too little too late tonight.
And Osmond from deep is going to be short, and that will do it. An 8-point win for Collins Hill, 56-48 over the Buford Lady Wolves. And Coach, first off, wrong on the prediction there pregame, 0 for 2. Hate to bring that up, but what did you see out of Collins Hill that was impressive tonight?
Well, I thought Collins Hill came out strong. I think they showed how they can utilize their size to their advantage. I think they did a great job being disciplined in that first half and through some of those stretches there. Once again, I point out Coach Harmon now has the opportunity to watch some film of some late game important situations and see how his team responds to pressure, and that's going to help them as they move into the offseason. Winning games 92-7 and 86-13 doesn't really get better. It's games like